All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at in the world this morning. What a week we had. Rates popped up a little bit. Good morning, Aaron. We had a solar eclipse on Monday. I don't know if anybody saw that. That was pretty incredible. I watched it on TV. It's incredible. The NASA YouTube TV channel is awesome. We were able to watch the eclipse happen in like 20 spots as it went through. It was really cool. Did my Instagram live stream. Had a couple people on this morning for the first time. That was great. So just so you guys know, about 10 minutes before the YouTube live stream, I go live over on Instagram just to kind of promote and talk about what we're going to talk about. Got a lot to cover today. Like I said, rates bumped up a little bit this week. We're going to take a look at that. But we're going to kind of continue this theme we've had of affordability and buying a home or financing a home in a smart way. And we're going to look at 2-1 buy downs again. And I don't mean to sound like a broken record because we cover 2-1 buy downs a lot on this stream. But I think when you have a bump in rates like we did this week, a 2-1 buy down is a really powerful tool to finance a home in a smart way. Give yourself a little ramp up if you are jumping up in payment, as many people are. So we'll give it a minute to get everyone logged in here. Somebody was asking me where I came up with the name My Mortgage Hound. And I'll tell the story quickly, but we were at a mortgage conference a few years ago, and at the same time at the hotel that the mortgage conference was going, where it was taking place, was Tori Spelling's makeup company was there, and they were doing a conference. And I rode in the elevator with Tori Spelling and her entourage. It was a very loud elevator ride. And the next day I go and get on the airplane to come home, and sitting next to me, this gal that's talking me up was the head of marketing for her makeup company. And she asked me all these questions about mortgages and what I do. And then she asked me, what was my handle or what was my branding? And I said, loansbycody.com. And she goes, horrible, really loud. The whole plane heard. And she goes, we need to change that. And so she started asking me a ton of questions. And one thing that came up is I've always had a bird dog with me. If you come in my office or you run into me or you come over for dinner, there's always a bird dog next to me. And she goes, what about My Mortgage Hound? And I loved it. And so that's where the Mortgage Hound came. And the real Mortgage Hound is sitting right over here. Rose, right over there she is. There's the real Mortgage Hound. In fact, I have real estate agents, just spiderweb there. I have real estate agents or visitors that'll come by my office, not to see me, but to see Rose and bring her treats and presents and stuff. So she's great to have around. All right, let's dive into it. Let's get started with some housekeeping items. All the interest rates we use on this stream, I pull directly off of Mortgage News Daily. This is my go-to website for a really accurate, non-biased national average on interest rates. And it's not the rates that my company has or my competitors. This is true. All the rates we're going to be reviewing today, I pull right off of this website. And what I mean by unbiased is there's no points built in here, no funny business. There's no mortgage company sponsoring this website. Like if you go to quicken.com, they'll show you their rates, and there'll be asterisks all over the screen. And when you scroll down to the bottom of the very tiny fine print, you'll see that sometimes it'll include 2 or even 3 points. So it's very confusing. It's not an accurate estimate or accurate image of what rates are doing. So Mortgage News Daily, you can see 30-year fixed at 7.3%. Jumbo loan, 7.51, so still not a large margin of difference between a conforming and a jumbo loan. Again, a jumbo loan, anything over the conforming loan limit. FHA, 6.70, VA, 6.72. Like I say every week, this is also a great way to digest some mortgage news. They really write these articles, they keep them short. And easy to comprehend. You don't have to be a finance expert to read some of these articles. So Mortgage News Daily, there's a link to this website in the description. Looks like our chat died, our chat window. Let me fix that really quick. So that should do it. All right. How about some statistics? Every week, Gavin Huckins over at Berkshire Hathaway sends me over some really good statistics. So let's take a look. Here's his weekly snapshot. Now this is just for Clark County. New listings up 8% at 234, so that's really good to see. That really drives our inventory, and like I've been talking about religiously on this, we still have an inventory crisis, and that's really what I'm waiting to see happen as we go through the buying season this summer. Is where does our inventory supply go? Do we maintain this low inventory, or do we start to see it balance out a little bit? Pending sales 198, that's down 8%. Pending sales is a home that has gone into contract but has not yet closed. And then listings that have closed 150, up 7%. Now I already took a sneak peek at these numbers, obviously, because I was preparing for the live stream, but we kind of predicted this last week. So this is covering mostly Washington spring break and some of Oregon spring break. Look at the bump in lockbox activity we saw. So every time a real estate agent opens a lockbox on a house to let somebody in, that data is collected, and that's what we're looking at here. Washington lockbox activity up 20% week over week. Oregon lockbox activity up 33%. So we saw a big bump in people out home shopping. I felt it this last week. You know, I posted that in 2023, something like 34% of purchases were first-time home buyers. I really felt that this week. My phone was ringing a lot with first-time home buyers wanting to get in, and it's right at that start of that buying season. So it's really, really good to see. Today, I invited two loan officers that I trust in my office, Aaron Coker and Ryan McCracken. They have real estate agents they trust. I'm going to introduce them in a second, but we're going to be reviewing their listings today. Aaron's, I can see you're in the chat. Do you see a pickup in activity as far as new people out shopping, first-time home buyers? I'm curious, did you see that same pickup this week? Good morning, Susie. Susie says showings have been good. Lots of people still looking for the right home. Definitely. You know what else I've noticed too, and Susie being local here in Vancouver, I'm seeing inventory increase in that sub 425, where I have home buyers, first-time home buyers that are out in that 350 to 425 range, and actually having multiple houses to look at. So that's I think that's really good too, and that's going to help affordability too. Good morning, Don. Showings are up, and so are contracts. Yes, I personally had my busiest week of the year this week. Still seeing multiple offers. Good. Good. All right, now we got some housekeeping out of the way. Let me get these off the screen. I actually spoke with Don this morning, and he was busy writing up contracts at 7:30 this morning, so I know he's busy. All right, so we're going to start with Don's listing. Let's take a look at it. Don Clemons is one of Aaron Coker's preferred real estate agents, and he sent over this listing for me. 15447 Southeast Hawthorne Meadows Street in Portland. Listing price $649,999. I'm interested, Aaron and Don, in Portland, is this a move-up buyer price range, or are we seeing first-time home buyers in this price range? I want to take a look at exactly where this home is. So, since we have some new people on the stream this morning, for the most part, I'm looking at these listings live for the first time with you. I want to have my first impression with your guys' first impression. Yes, I do pull it up to prepare for the stream, but for the most part, I'm looking at these for the first time. So let's just go. Take a look at this location. How's my sound, guys? The music, can you guys hear the music? Is my audio sounding good? Okay. So Happy Valley area, just east of 205. Thanks, Don. So quick access to downtown, quick access to the airport, nice access to the gorge. Yeah, so really centrally located in the Happy Valley area. All right, let's take a look. So let's see what Don says. Enjoy luxury living in this beautiful contemporary home in Hawthorne Meadows. So it was built 2 years ago. House still feels brand new. High-end finishes. Oh, this home has an EV charging station. That's something that I haven't seen a lot yet. Tankless hot water heater. Open concept, well lit, tall ceilings. New air conditioner. So this home comes with a washer and dryer, it looks like. All right, let's take a look. So based off this picture, we got a nice flight of stairs up to our front door. Looks like a well-maintained lot. Some things that I look at when I'm looking at the outside of a home for the first time. Flat driveway. So from somebody that has a steep driveway, I have a steep driveway, I would love a flat driveway. So that's one thing I notice here. I also noticed that the in front of the garage is covered. So being in the Northwest, it's nice to have a little covered area in front of your garage. You know, especially if you spend a lot of time in your garage. I'm in my garage right now. And if it's raining and I open the door, there's rain that's going to come in the garage. So having that covered is really nice. So it looks like I don't have any neighbors on my side. I can see some mature green space behind me. Looks like a fenced back patio's covered. Good morning, Kay. I think flat driveways are overlooked and undervalued, coming from somebody that has a very steep driveway. Okay, I think this is our front patio coming in. Nice entryway. So this home is 22 square feet. So at that square footage, it's always really fun to see how that square footage is being used. I love that we have an entryway here. Sometimes when you go sub 2,000 square feet, you kind of get into some listings or some homes that don't have a big entry where you kind of walk into a living space. I love this entry here with some steps. Okay, so Don says that was a green space on the right side and there's a park across the street. All right, so right away I can see what Don means about beaming light throughout the house. Got some beautiful windows. Also in the description it said high-end finishes. This is what I look for when I see high-end finishes. If you look here, this window is fully wrapped. And a lot of times, even with new construction, that's an option that people don't go with, where it's just, you have your wood molding at the base of the window, but then there's drywall around. I can tell you that that really, in the long run, has a big impact on how your house ages. So I love to see the full wraparound molding on the windows. We got recessed lighting. Nice. It looks like manufactured hardwood floors. You can see how light it is in there. I can look into the kitchen. I kind of like from this angle, the kitchen is still a great room concept, but it's a little hidden behind that wall. So we have a gas fireplace. I don't know what it's like in Portland. This is a good question from the state to go to electric and get rid of gas stoves and gas fireplaces. Where I live in Richfield, you'll see $1 million listings with a glass range and an electric fireplace. So I love to see that this home has a gas fireplace. Looks like we're getting a little glitchy on our connection. Let me just check my Wi-Fi here. Somebody holler if we go down. Okay. Oh, so here in this picture I noticed there is a ceiling fan. It's awesome that there's air conditioner and a ceiling fan to get some air movement in the house. Hopefully we're still up. Looks like our connection's back up. Okay. All right, so we got a nice island with a bar, a breakfast nook, lots of windows. Got 2 windows above the fireplace. Okay, covered patio. White cabinets. I can tell from this picture the backsplash goes to the bottom of the cabinets. Like to see that. So very modern, up-to-date kitchen. Don, are those white cabinets or are they a light gray? It almost looks like they're a light gray. Are we glitching out? Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Hopefully our Wi-Fi signal picks up here. All right, so here's bedroom number 1. All right, this happens sometimes. So hopefully the Wi-Fi picks back up. Thanks, Aaron. Here, let's see. So this is bedroom number 1. I like that the flooring continues into the bedrooms. There's not carpet in the bedrooms. I really like that. I think that's a huge selling feature. Nice big windows, again, fully wrapped in molding. This might be the primary bedroom. I see I see a bathroom in there. Okay, we got dual vanity, walk-in shower. Very nice. Good size walk-in closet. Don, I gotta say, your photos are great on this Zillow listing. A lot of times the pictures are scattered, but your pictures really feel like we're walking through the house. It's really easy to tell. Number 3, 4th bedroom. This is the 4th bedroom. Okay, great. And they're using it as a bonus room here. Good morning, Uva. So that 4th bedroom would be kind of probably what they're doing is using it as a bonus room or an office, a home office would be great. Covered back deck. There's snow on the ground. So there's the park. There's the park across the street. Don, I think this listing's perfect for a move-up family or a first-time homebuyer family. You know, and the price range is really reasonable. So let's take a look at some numbers. Let me get caught up on chat here. Okay, so that fourth bedroom is off the garage and has its own bathroom. Very cool. You know, that's something that Don's point on here on the no houses behind the house. It's easy to get caught up in how beautiful a home is and not pay attention to the lot. And things like the park across the street, no neighbors on your right side, not a lot of neighbors behind you with mature landscaping, all that stuff, you can't replace that. You can't add that later. And to be honest, I'm kind of surprised that this house is listed at $649,900. Seems like you're getting a big bang for your buck there. Oh, so the cabinets are white. It must just be the color on my screen. Morning, Kay. Okay. You guys ready to look at some numbers? All right, so we're going to start taking a look at an FHA. So here's our purchase price, $649,900. Gotcha. So right off the bat, you can tell you're dealing with an experienced real estate agent when Don says there are some new builds that are still for sale in that subdivision. So they have the added competition of brand new construction. And this is where that lot really comes into play. And I went through this in my subdivision. We were when the first houses built, and then other houses, came on the market. And so if you're in a new construction, there could be listings like Don's that are 2 or 3 years old that are resales, but maybe have things the new construction or the homes that are still being built don't have, including that lot. So something to look at when you're going through your home shopping, especially on a nice weekend like today, is to pull up or have your real estate agent ask, is there any resales in the subdivision I want to be in that might be mostly new construction? Okay. So $649,999. We're going to keep this really simple this morning. This is just an FHA. FHA is not a first-time homebuyer program, but it is really designed to help people that are new in their careers, just kind of getting started, or maybe have some credit challenges, maybe not a large down payment. FHA is a really powerful tool. FHA requires 3.5% down, which would bring our loan amount to $638,225. And there's a bonus question in here if anybody can get it. Nobody's got it yet. Every time I do FHA, nobody notices this. So if anybody can guess in chat, you'll get an extra thumbs up. So loan amount $638,225. We're using 6.7% for our interest rate. And for those of you who missed it, I pull rates. These aren't rates my company's offering. This is rates straight off the Mortgage News Daily, which is going to give us a very accurate national average. You can see FHA 6.70. All right, we're going to click on the More Info link. And this brings us to a payment breakdown. Again, we see our purchase price at $649,999. With 3.5% down at 6.7% interest rate, we're looking at a principal and interest payment of $41.18. Property taxes on this listing are at $530 a month. Homeowners insurance, you're going to be somewhere between $50 and $100 a month, maybe a little higher than that. We're going to use $75 in this example. Keep in mind that homeowners insurance will vary depending on which insurance company you choose to use and what coverages you elect. Mortgage insurance. Mortgage insurance does nothing for you other than allows you to put less than 20% down. If a homeowner has a home with a mortgage with mortgage insurance and they stop making payments, default on the loan, go into foreclosure, the mortgage insurance company will reimburse the investor or the lender a percentage of the balance. So this removes a level of risk to lend to somebody with a lower score or less collateral or a smaller down payment. FHA has two forms of mortgage insurance. This is the first. This is a monthly premium at $260 a month. It's a percentage, so it'll change based off your loan amount. You will have this mortgage insurance for the life of the loan. Unlike conventional loans with mortgage insurance, FHA, you cannot, the only way to get rid or remove the mortgage insurance is to refinance or sell the house, which is going to take us to our next option we're going to look at here on a 2-1 buy down. So there's a really good chance over the next 36 months we will be looking at a refinance to remove that mortgage insurance anyways. So if we add these four numbers together, I get a total PITI payment of $49.83. And now for my favorite question that we ask is, how does that number sit with you? Aaron, I'm interested to see if you agree with me when we ask that question, is how does a $49.83 payment sit with you? We're going to get one of three answers. The first is, oh my goodness, that's way higher than I was expecting. There's no way I could afford that. The second is, yeah, that's well within my budget. In fact, that's a little under my budget. I could go higher. And the third, which I had, oh wait, the third which I had this week was from an engineer. And my engineers and my accountants always give me the same answer when I ask that question, is $49.83. Cody, that's exactly what I calculated. So it's a really important question that if your mortgage professional is not asking you, you should be asking yourself and communicating that to your lender and more importantly to your real estate agent. You know, are we in the right price range? Should we be looking higher? Should we be looking lower? Should we be looking at different loan programs? Should we be looking at 2-1 buy downs? Why does that payment make you feel that way? Yeah, that's a great point, Aaron. I'm moving from California and paying $5,000 in rent. So now I can have an FHA mortgage with 3.5% down for the same amount I'm paying for rent. Oh, I don't know if you guys could see that payment, the total payment, but there it is. Okay, we're gonna move on to our closing cost screen. See if anybody's asked my secret question. Nope, no one's caught it. You have about 30 seconds left before I get to it. So 3.5% down is $22,749. Closing costs are going to be around $36.91. That's going to include your title and escrow, title insurance and escrow fees, which is the majority of that $36.91. It's going to include, Aaron got the right answer. It's going to include, but he doesn't, he's cheating. He's one of the best mortgage loan officers in Portland. So it's also going to include your county recording fees. And in this example, it would include our lender fee. We charge a flat $14.50 to do the loan. No 1% origination fee, junk admin fees, anything like that. There are two numbers that are not included. The first is your home inspection. Is details, home inspections, are they on the chat this morning? Don, feel free to throw in the home inspector you prefer. We on the live stream, we recommend details home inspections. But your home inspection is not required by us or by your lender, but we will strongly recommend one, even on a new construction. Those runs right around $500, maybe a little bit more depending on the home. The second item that is not included is your home appraisal. Now on FHA, a home appraisal will be required. Those were $800, and typically you pay that upfront directly to the appraiser, at the time of appraisal. So Don likes Timberline home inspection. I will add them to my social media and see if we can get them to come on and watch the stream too. Don. All right. I'm going to skip over this number for now, but I'm going to come back to it. Just ignore it. Aaron was right. The secret question is, Cody, I'm no genius, but if I'm putting 3.5% down, my loan amount should be less than $638,225. If we were putting 3.5% down, our loan to value ratio should read 96.5, but it doesn't. It reads 98.19 because we're adding in that second form of mortgage insurance I talked about. So FHA has two. The first is the monthly. Here's the second. It's an upfront funding fee that gets financed into your loan. So this isn't something you'll be paying out of pocket. This gets rolled into your loan amount. It can be partially refunded when you refinance or sell the house. In this example, it's $10,976. It's being added to our loan amount, which is why we see our loan to value at 98.19. Prepaid taxes, insurance, and interest. I'm going to cover this quickly. I am going to be posting a couple videos on social this week breaking down what prepaids are, but it's the prorated interest for the month we close in. So if we were to close today, for example, April 13th, there'd be roughly 17 days left in the month. We're going to collect those days of interest up front, and we're closing in April, but our first payment's not going to be due until June. Mortgage payments are always paid in arrears. So you will not, your June payment will cover May, so you will not have to make a May payment. Also, we're going to collect your first year of homeowner's insurance, and we're going to collect X amount of months of taxes and insurance to start your escrow account to pay those bills on your behalf when they're due. Okay. So if I add my prepaids, my closing cost, and my down payment together, I get a total cash to close of $38,441. Again, we get asked my same favorite question is, how does that number sit with you? And this is very important to communicate both to your real estate agent, Don, and your loan officer, Aaron, in this example, so that they know how to negotiate your offer. We could be asking for seller credits. We could be paying points. There's a lot we can be doing to lower that number or increase that number depending on what we're trying to do. Oh, just spilled my coffee. Good thing it's cold. Okay. So let's talk about this $14,000 here. I'm going to show you now a 2-1 buy down. Okay. And this is the cost of the 2-1 buy down, and don't worry, the sellers are paying for it for us. You can see that here. So we have the cost of the 2-1 buy down there, and then this contributions is the seller paying for it. So let's take a look at how I come up with that number. So let's say I qualify for $49.83, but when I answer the question of how that number makes me feel, it makes me feel nervous, okay? So we can add a 2-1 buy down. A 2-1 buy down is not a loan program. It's a loan feature that can be added to almost any mortgage. And what a 2-1 buy down means is that you're buying down your 30-year fixed interest rate by 2% for the first 12 months. And then for the next 12 months, year 2, you're buying it down by 1%. And then years 3 through 30, you're in your fully amortized interest rate fixed for the rest of the loan. This goes really well with the thought or strategy that there's probably a good chance. Thanks, Aaron, for being here this morning. Have fun at gymnastics. Oh, I hope you had fun at gymnastics. Have fun at basketball. God, what a busy guy. This goes really well with the idea that there's a really good chance we're going to be refinancing, especially with an FHA in the next 3 years. Now, keep in mind, I don't need interest rates to fall to 5% for a refinance to make sense on an FHA, because I'm going to remove that mortgage insurance of 200 and some bucks a month. So even if rates dip 0.5%, I'll be able to catch that refi. So there's a good chance I'll never see my full payment on a 2-1 buy down. Okay, so year one, our interest rate here you can see drops to 4.7%. Brings our principal and interest, taxes and insurance payment to $41.74, a savings of $808 a month. Don, if you're still on, are you seeing a lot of these 2-1 buy downs? Year two, our interest rate is reduced by 1% instead of 2, so now we're at 5.7 for a total payment of $45.69 for a savings of $414 a month. Now the way I come up with the cost of the 2-1 buy down that the seller is going to pay is I add these two numbers together and multiply them by 12 months. So the seller is pretty much paying for you to have a reduced payment for the first 2 years. Let's say at that 15 grand that the seller is paying, Don, and I'm sure you see this, let's say somebody wants to come in and offer 20 grand under asking price on this house. They think they're saving $20,000. That $20,000 in loan amount, they might save, 80, 90, 100 bucks a month by having a purchase price 20 grand under. Or they could ask for $15,000 and save $800 a month for the first 12 months and $414 for the second 12 months. Okay, there you go. What do you think, Don? How did I do? Was this helpful to you guys? This is one option of dozens of options on how to finance a home. I wish I had time to go into all of them on the stream, but I wanted to go over 2-1 buy down. I think at that price point, with that square footage, it's definitely a family home with a park across the street. With a bump up in interest rates, you're getting a good value on that house. You can add the 2-1 buy down. I really like it. Don, you're welcome to come on anytime. Is this house being held open at all this weekend? Everybody, Don's contact information is in the description along with Aaron's. And Aaron is one of the best loan officers in Portland and somebody I trust a lot. And they are a great team. I've actually met Don a couple times. He comes into our office for meetings every once in a while. Okay, it's not being held open today, but I'm sure if you call Don, he can arrange that. Okay, you guys ready to move on? Susie, are you ready to be up? You're up. Susie's been on before. One of my favorite personalities in the real estate agent community here. Her social media is banger. Check her out on Instagram. She had a really good post today. Very experienced, has a great team with Kay. They work with Ryan McCracken, who's in my office in Vancouver, and one of the other loan officers I trust. Very detail-oriented, very busy guy, so busy, family is so important to him, that he's not on the stream this morning. And he didn't tell me that until about 20 minutes before. So if you guys see Ryan, give him a hard time, tell him really disappointed. You don't have to be in front of your computer, you can watch us on your phone. Okay, Susie, you ready? Let's take a look at Susie's listing. Susie's got a really interesting listing. I took a sneak peek. Okay, 16301 Northeast Leaper Road in Vancouver, 98686. Let's take a look at where in Vancouver we're at. I don't know a lot of places in Vancouver that have a pond on your property. So we're gonna look at that, a sneak peek of what we're gonna look at here. Okay, man, this is a killer location, guys. I didn't realize where it was at. So you're up by WSU, Vancouver, right where I-5 and 205 meet, up just east of Mount Vista. Mount Vista has always been a cool area, but it has aged so well. The homes there are being remodeled. It's a beautiful area up on the hill. Excellent location. You're very close to Legacy, Salmon Creek Hospital. You're very close to WSU Vancouver. You're very close to 205 to get to the airport, I-5 to get to downtown. You have entertainment up in La Center at the casino, some great restaurants there. This is just a killer spot. Excellent schools. Now that 179th, this is kind of in this, it's a really weird boundary of the counties or of the cities. You're just in Vancouver. On the other side of this, depending on where you're at, east and west, you're in Ridgefield. So killer location. All right. Let's see what Susie has to say about it. Built in 1978, 2.5 acres. Guys, 2.5 acres in Mount Vista is unheard of. To have acreage that close in is crazy. It's crazy. And a Trader Joe's is coming. Costco just 2 exits up from there. In and Out is going in. Ridgefield's, I think it's still the fastest growing city in the state of Washington. WC, I'll let you guys talk about how cool this area is. It's a really, really cool spot. And like I said, to get 2.5 acres is unheard of. Okay, this property is an excellent match for remote workers, nature lovers, people who love the outdoors, anyone who values the essence of rural living. Beautiful. More than just a residence, this is a lifestyle opportunity that blends proximity to urban amenities with the beauty of nature. You guys are getting so good with your descriptions here. But this is a really good point. To discover the fulfillment of rural life right here in Vancouver. I like that. That's kind of where I live in Ridgefield. It feels like you're rural. There's cows and lots of animals and farms where I live, but I can be in downtown Portland drinking a cup of coffee in about 20 minutes. So you do get that rural feel, but you're still close to the city. Okay, 32 square feet, single level, I believe, built in 1978, remodeled in 1983, and then updated in 2024. So we'll be looking at that in the pictures. All right, here's another big thing, guys. The absence of CC&Rs or HOAs. It's a big deal to a lot of people. Oh, Kay just echoed that. We're going to go a little bit over today. We're at 45 minutes. Included in this listing is an additional parcel granting access to a year-round lake. So the lake is, or the pond or lake is included on your property. Is that correct? Are there fish in it? Is it stocked? Can I duck hunt on it? Okay. Picture time. Nice big flat driveway with blacktop. Very nice. Right away, just that driveway says, hey, I'm on 2.5 acres. So it's Leaper Lake, and yes, you can fish. Awesome. And there's a good shot of it. So does the lot go to the lake? Okay. Very clean feel on the interior. You know, this home is older, so we do have, it looks like 8-foot ceilings. And right away, you could see the nice hardwood floors, clean carpet, but it wouldn't take a lot to really update some of the fixtures. It wouldn't take a lot of money or effort. Okay, so you got 2 tax lots divided by the road. Gotcha. Okay, here's bedroom number 1, I believe. Bedroom number 2. Guest bath. Bedroom number 3. Another guest bath. I'm assuming that's a guest bath. Oh, that's great to know. Okay, and these are questions that, look, when you go look at a house for the first time, and this is what I try to do when we're looking at the pictures, is help people expect to see certain things when they go look at the house. How often do you go out and look at a house and go, wow, this looks nothing like the pictures? There's a lot of details that are easy to overlook when you're looking at pictures, like the flat driveway, for example. But you want a real estate agent that kind of leads you in a direction to ask important questions. And this is a good one. If you see that there's a road going through your 2 lots, or a lot of times maybe a driveway back to a flag lot, asking the questions of, is there an easement? Who owns this driveway or road? Who has to pay for the maintenance? And Kay, I love that you brought that up. The road is public, so no maintenance to the homeowner. That's a big bonus. All right, very nice kitchen. You know, there's nothing wrong here. Very clean look, but it wouldn't take a whole lot to update this, either by painting the cabinets. Here's something you don't find in a lot of $1 million listings. The cabinets go all the way to the ceilings. I love that. It looks like granite countertops, I believe. Kind of hard to tell. Lots of cabinets, big open island. Man, that island is huge. Oh, that's not an island. I'm sorry, it looked like an island there for a second. I think that should affect by how many windows there are. It looked like it was an island. But huge countertops, range in the island. Okay, here I can see our dining room out to a big concrete patio. Skylights off of the dining room. This looks like maybe a bedroom. All right, big master bath or primary bath, dual vanities, love it. Again, very easy to update this. To me, this is fine. I don't see any issues for updating, but my wife would go, okay, we got to change the cabinets, we got to change the countertops. But it wouldn't take a whole lot to bring this up to date. Really nice walk-in closet with manufactured hardwood floors. I love that. I hate carpet in closets. I think that's awesome. 2 primary bedrooms in this house. Great. Beautiful lot. You could really do a lot. And she puts this in the description. You know, there's a lot you could do here. You could build a shop, an ADU. Very nice, large one-level home. And I can't say this enough, 2.5 acres in Salmon Creek is nuts. So $825. Let's take a look at some numbers. So here, I'm just going to bring it all up at once since we're getting short on time. We're doing a 20% down conventional loan. So no mortgage insurance, just a very vanilla 30-year fixed. But I'm adding on that 2-1 buy down again. Okay, here we go. So we're doing the same thing we did on FHA. And again, that 2-1 buy down is not a loan program. It's a feature that can be added on to almost any loan. So here's our purchase price, $825. That is correct, right? Make sure I didn't screw that up. Yep, $825. 20% down, our loan amount's going to be $660,000. Interest rate pulled off of Mortgage News Daily. 7.3% is where conforming conventional loans are today. And you can see here, year 2 on the 2-1 buy down would be 6.3%. Year 1 would be 5.3%. We go to our payment breakdown. Principal and interest, $45.24. Property taxes on 2.5 acres in Mount Vista, Salmon Creek with a pond are only $490 a month. That's crazy. That's less than the last home we looked at in Portland. Homeowners insurance, I'm estimating $75 a month. Could be somewhere between $100, maybe $125. No mortgage insurance because we're putting the 20% down. Total payment, $5,089. Same question is, how does that number sit with you? I think that people that are looking for 2.5 acres in Salmon Creek are kind of expecting that payment. I could be wrong, but I kind of think that they're going to be in that range. With our 2-1 buy down on year 1, we're at $42.30. Year 2, we're at $46.50. So a really nice ramp up, hoping for a refinance. Closing costs, again, we're going through this kind of quickly. 20% down would be $165,000. Most likely, someone's going to be putting 20% down, maybe more, is rolling that equity over from the sale of their home. Maybe that person in Portland is relocating to Vancouver, in that last listing we looked at, and is selling that home. They probably have about that much equity in it and are going to roll it over into the new house. Closing costs, just like before, the last listing, $36.91. Here's that cost of that 2-1 buy down, $15,591. The cost is listed here. We're having the sellers pay that for us on the second line. Prepaid is probably going to be around $10,000 for your prorated interest, your prepaid taxes and insurance. Total out of pocket, $178,691. Let's go back to our summary screen so everyone can stare at it. So we're saving $859 the first year, $439 the second year by doing that 2-1 buy down. Kay and Susie, are you guys seeing 2-1 buy downs being used? Do you think it's an underutilized feature that people aren't educated on? All right. How did we do? You guys like today's stream? I really appreciate you guys joining me this morning. It's always nerve-wracking. I don't mind doing it when not a lot of people are on, but it was nice to have so many people in chat today. Please share this with other people. I really want to grow a community. The whole purpose of this channel is to promote confidence in the home buying process, create a community with trusted lenders and trusted real estate agents for home buyers, and to have some fun looking at houses on a Saturday morning. Kay and Susie, you guys are always welcome. Please send new listings. Now, you guys are holding this one open today from 1 to 3, if I remember right. Can you guys put that in the chat? Ryan McCracken will be there. Please give him a hard time for not being on the stream this morning. Son's baseball game is not a good enough excuse. We'll hang tight so they can put the open house in the chat. If you guys have any ideas, things you'd like to see on this live stream, please let me know. Make sure you're subscribed, turn the bell on. Those likes go a long ways. I'm at the point now where we're going to start building this channel up. So likes and subscribes do help the algorithms. Kay's going to make me look it up. I'm pretty sure it's from 1 to 3 today. Ryan texted me. Let's see. One to 3, I was right. Not today. The open house is tomorrow from 1 to 3. So if you want to see it today, Susie's contact information is in the description. Give her a call. I'm sure she can arrange that. Okay, everybody, have a great weekend. I'm really excited for next Saturday to look at the statistics and see what's going on in our market. If you guys ever need anything, give me a call. My information's in the chat or in the description. You can schedule a 15-minute call with me. It is open today from 1 to 3. So today and tomorrow, 1 to 3, go check out Kay and Susie's listing. Everybody, thank you so much. We'll see you next Saturday.